Hello, my wonderful friends. Megas with you on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. We're going to be going through the original prophets, original writings of the original religion. And if you're a Zoroastrian or just a spiritual seeker, Song 7 has what you've been seeking for. Your searching will be over. If you'll give me 15 minutes and just let me build the case, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So Song 7, verse 1, O fire of the wise, living flame of Asha, you burn at the heart of worlds. So again, if you're brand new, Asha, it's the very spirit of truth. It's the spirit of God himself. It's that idea that he created a good world with a good creator, created a good world, a true world, a real world, and its foundation, its base is just good. It's Zoroaster. It's love without the hate, peace without the war, a good world from a good God. So you got to keep that concept of Asha in your mind. Think of it as the spirit of truth itself. And it says it burns at the heart of worlds, meaning reality itself is rooted in this truth. The real world is rooted in Asha. Verse 2. Then this gets so powerful. This is where it starts to get into that life-changing that you've been wanting to experience, right? We want to experience God. We want to experience our good, protection, provision, peace. For you are both shield and sword, right? This isn't about violence. This is discernment. Gentle to the just, terrible to the deceitful. No falsehood may cross your light. No hatred survive your flame. So my friends, this fire we're talking about, the fire of Asha, it's truth. And well, I'll tell you what it makes me think of. It makes me think of like the fire of the sun. If you put, say, clay in the sun, it'll harden. If you put wax in the sun, it will melt. And so that's how this fire, it can be gentle to the just, but terrible to the deceitful, because no falsehood may cross through this fire. No hatred survive your flame. When you step into the fire of God, anything that is not Asha, that's not foundation, will be burnt away. You know, it makes me think of Asha 10 here. It says, what energy are you really? Matter of fact, can I read that real good? It's worth it, because this is an important question we should all ask ourselves. It says, I will ask myself a question. This is just in your own heart and mind, wanting to know who you really are. When you step into that fire of God, you know, you may have been calling yourself a good Zoroastrian, Christian, Jew, Muslim, a good person. But in your heart, when you walk into a room, do you bring love or do you bring discord, right? Do you bring peace and joy when you walk in? Do you bring the attributes of God? Is that just your nature? Have you come into union with God good? Are you fooling yourself? It says, I will ask myself a question, not concerned with how I want others to perceive me or an image to project, but an honest question, looking for an honest answer, right? This isn't about performance. We're not trying to perform for the world or anyone else, but this is a reckoning with our eternity. What energy am I really, my friends? And you'll see a lot of these gods that you've been worshiping, right? These attributes of God, you're not supposed to be worshiping them. You're supposed to be embodying them. You're supposed to be in union. You're supposed to be that. Like the Christ said, if you've seen me, you've seen the loving Father. You should just not even be trying to be good anymore. It's just your nature. You couldn't be bad and evil and hateful and angry and unforgiving if you tried to. It's not what you are, my friends. And that's what Zoroastrianism sets us apart from the religions that followed, because Zoroaster means pure starlight, undefiled, undiluted, unmixed. The gods that followed, their gods could love and hate, be at peace and go to war, right? Could heal you or send sickness and disease. The original God was just good. Whatever you are, whatever you've come into union with is what you are, and the world you're going to create. You go back to the original, you get a higher idea of God as just good, and you become it, my friends. You become that fire, and something beautiful happens. In verse 3, it's the collapse of darkness. It's the collapse of the lie and illusion in your world. You by resonance, step into Asha because you become it. It's cosmic law. There's nothing else that could happen. Verse 3 says, when the wicked advance, their own darkness blinds them. But those who walk in Asha shine with unseen armor. The glow of the good mind around their soul. My friends, this protection, it's not just external, it's a state of being. Verse 4, Vohumana, this is the God mind. This is in the West, the Christ mind, where you and God are one, you and protection are one, you and love are one. And you start to see that when you have embodied these things, you embodied love, those low frequencies of hate, fear, greed, can't even come into your atmosphere. My friends, and this battlefield takes place inside of you, inside of your heart and mind. Vohumana, that divine awareness, guard my thoughts from corruption. Let no fear be sown in my garden, only seeds of clarity and peace, watered by the fire of devotion. My friends, we're not fighting weeds here. We're choosing what we plant with what we are. My friends, where you become the light and someone tells you, hey, don't go over there, there's darkness. You walk over there and your light comes and the darkness just flees before you. Where's the darkness? They say, don't go over there, there's some hate and anger and violence. But you walk over there with your pure love and you couldn't find it, even though you're looking for it, my friends, because love and light and Asha is what's real and it's substance, my friends. And this is what happens when you bring the light, the darkness is exposed for what it is. It was just the lack of light. It's not real. It's nothing. My friends, verse 5, O Mazda, Lord of light, through Asha I am made secure. Through truth I am made strong. Your word burns before me, clearing my path of the lie. My friends, the truth goes ahead of you, clearing the distortion before it touches you. This is the Magi magic, baby. This is where the power comes. You bring the God good with you. They could tell you that that's hell over there. You walk over there and you bring your heaven. It's not hell anymore. Asha goes before you because it is in you and it is around you and it is in you and you are in it and it is one. No separation. Verse 6, to dwell in Asha is to dwell in safety. The good mind fashions peace, not by retreat, but by radiance. For the fire that guards the wise is born within, not without. You are safe because of what you are emitting. The light that is in you and is you is shining forth, my friends, and it's blessing everything it touches, bringing clarity and peace and power and freedom. Oh my God, this is good stuff. Verse 7, no blade may strike the one whose soul is aflame with truth. The fire within answers every assault with illumination, turning harm into understanding. My friends, no harm can come on a true Ashavan that is completely saturated, one in unity with that fire of Asha, because there's nothing to hit. The sword has nothing to hit because there's no false self to be wounded. Nothing can harm what is fully aligned with truth, with Asha. Verse 8, therefore I rejoice in your gifts, O Mazda. Vohumana, the mind that knows. Asha, the order that is. Sartharvarye, divine dominion. Harvatat, Nameritat, wholeness and immortality. My friends, these are the Amisha Spentas. These are the attributes of God. And they're not distant beings. They are states of being that you are meant to embody, to be, right? We've been going on this for a week now. To know when this was written was to be, is union, to become. You're not, and again, it's not about worshiping them. It's wearing them, right? You're not separate. You're their expressions. Verse 9, in these your children I am clothed, right? Immortality, God life, wholeness, health, power, freedom, divine dominion, Mazda wisdom, Asha truth, right? It is us. They are my companions in my crown. Where I walk, they walk. The 6 rays of your glory woven in my being. Verse 10, O fire, keep me true. Let me never wield you in anger, but in clarity and compassion, for even in your might, you are mercy disguised in flame. This is basically telling us even truth must be carried in love. Verse 11, thus I dwell in peace that cannot be broken, and power that does not destroy. The fire of Asha surrounds me. The word of Mazda fills me, and I am light within the light. That's beautiful. There's no separation. You are not near the truth. You are in it. It is in you. It's one. What protects you is what you have become. It's not belief. It's not ritual. It's not an external force. But it's clarity, truth, alignment, love. Is that living fire in you, right? And so that true flame that is you is in the truth, that flame, that spirit of Asha. There's no separation. It's the same fire, the same flame. My friends, and in that fire, you're protected. You're safe. You have clarity. All confusion is gone. It's that pure star that the Magi follow. That Zoroaster pure starlight, undefiled, undiluted, unmixed. Again, the religions have followed. If you're in confusion at all, they told you that God is mixed, right? And you've taken that spirit into you, and you will create what you are by resonance. So if you're God, can get angry, jealous, hate, war, kill men, women, and children, have slaves, even have little women, children, sex slaves, and stone your children when they're disrespectful. Those are all low frequencies, no matter if you call them holy and God good. My friends, it's not. You're calling darkness light, and then you're crying out to that darkness to save you with its light, and it can't. My friends, your life will always look and feel like that. You'll always be begging out, crying out. Restore God's image to the original, just good. Let that blow your mind that God could just be good. It's actually what the Germanic meaning of the name is, highest principle of good, God. It should be even higher than you can dream. When you've read your different religious books from around the world, and even as a child, you thought, this doesn't sound God, this doesn't sound good. And they said, do not question your priest, do not question this holy book, do not question God. And so you just went along with it. Ignored your heart. Said, don't trust your heart. It's deceitful. Don't meditate. You might get deceived by a devil. Don't think. Just obey. You were told questioning was dangerous, and it was the way out. My friends, you know there's a divine spark in you, that fire of truth that is in you and lives in you, and it knows right from wrong, good from bad, and it knows who God really is. Restore that image, that frequency, back to the name of God, and be one in union with that, and watch your world change. Watch Frashel Credi come as we share this message, this light, this truth of the all-good God. And my friends, I'll tell you what, people, they're waking up to it. They're thinking, I get in the comments all the time, how was I ever deceived by that? How did I think these stories were God? How did I ever call them good? My friends, it's not your fault. It was just given to you, right? And it was given to your parents and your grandparents. You know, take it back. I'm sure there's someone to blame. Just don't live it anymore. Come into the fire of truth. Let it burn away the lie and illusion, and see that this life is a gift. This life is beautiful. Heaven on earth is available right now as you pull down those veils that of lie and illusion. And you're only seeing the veils, right, of suffering and wrong ideas of God and pain. My friends, you pull those down and you see the only thing that could come from a good creator's good mind. It's good. That's our baseline. And then the evolution is gooder and gooder, godder and godder. My friends, that's Asha. That's the reality above all that seems real maybe in your world right now. Restore God's image is your first step. And then embody that. Be the love the peace, the joy, and the kindness. Do not let outer circumstances change your frequency, right? You be it, where it's your nature, just like God. If man's acting the fool, right? God doesn't change his nature like they told you and go, look what you made me do. Now I got to come down from my high frequency of the highest principle of good. I got to get angry and I'm a little jealous and I got to smite and kill men, women, and children. And now I come back up. My friends, there's no continuum that he moves on from good and evil, from healing and then sending sickness and disease, from being at peace and then going to war. God is always the highest principle of good. My friends, embody that. Make it where it is just your nature. That's the only song you know how to sing. Doesn't matter how anyone else is acting. Be just like Daddy and watch us change this world. And all the Magi said, Asha is, and I love you.